What is up, my dudes? Kevin here. We are back with a brand new Red Dead Redemption 2 video, and in today's video, well, we got some brand new information regarding Red Dead 2 and also Red Dead Online that we're going to get into in this video. So if you guys enjoy this, or if it's helpful, or if you think I'm an idiot just to cover both sides of the field, drop a like down the video and comment down below. What do you think about this recent information that has come out? Besides that, subscribe to the channel, and let's get this going. So like I briefly said in the intro, guys, a lot of new information regarding Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online has come out recently thanks to the recent Take-Two Interactive Q3 2019 earning call conference call. Okay, I know that's a long title, so basically what that is Take-Two is pretty much the head company of Rockstar, which is, you know, the owners of Red Dead Redemption 2 or the creators of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, at this conference call, a lot of information is passed around about all the different types of games. You got NBA, of course, you got Red Dead, you got GTA, yada yada. Now, this conference call in general is a very, very long call packed with a ton of information regarding Red Dead 2 and a bunch of other games. So what I did is I picked out all the information that you guys need to know regarding Red Dead, and basically we're going to break that down in this video and give you what is important and leave out what's not important. So before we get started, guys, what we're going to talk about in today's video is the good stuff about Red Dead Redemption 2, how much it's sold, the records that it's broke, and pretty much the success that it's had. Then after that, we'll get into the information that they released about Red Dead Online, which some of it is good stuff, and some of it you guys may not be too happy with, but we'll get on to that later in the video. Also, I'll be sure to leave down a link somewhere below which leads you guys to the transcripts of this conference call if you want all the information. There's a whole bunch in there regarding the earnings, yada yada yada, a whole bunch of stuff that you guys may want to know, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But let's get this going. So as you all know, Red Dead Redemption 2 was recently released, and let's just say that it completely blew away Rockstar's expectations of the game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is currently the best-selling game of 2018, and it had the biggest opening weekend in entertainment history, guys. Let that sink in. That is a very, very big thing. The biggest ever. And with that being said, it completely exceeded the expectations that Rockstar had with the game previously, and it got near perfect critical reviews by multiple Game of the Year awards on top of that. So if we look at some numbers here to better explain to you guys just how well it did, you can see here it says the title shipped more in its first 15 days than the first Red Dead Redemption shipped in 8 years. That is huge, guys. And it has the highest opening weekend of any title in entertainment history of any sort. 725 million. So they went on to say that we do feel really good about it. Naturally, it's doing much better than expected, and we had high expectations. It is very hard to call where we'll go from here other than to say we're thrilled with what it has achieved so far. And if we look here, it's also one of the highest rated games of all time, ranking in at, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ranking in 8th of all time. That's not too bad, guys. That's not too bad. So as you can see, it has been a huge success for Take-Two, and if we look here further into the numbers, their open world action game from Rockstar has seen 23 million copies sold to retail, beating Take-Two's expectations once again. So Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode and the game itself, the core of it, was a huge success for Rockstar and Take-Two, selling tons and tons of copies, breaking records all over, and overall just getting great feedback all around the board. Now, let's move on to Red Dead Online, which is a completely different story. Now, speaking of records, another record that was broken is right here. Let me read it out for you guys. What's really exciting is that during December, combined monthly active users of Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online took Rockstar to a new record. Meaning, in December, the most players ever were online, both GTA Online and Red Dead Online combined, which is a great thing for Rockstar in itself. Now, this actually leads us on to the next topic of Red Dead Online, which you guys, you know, some of the information is good and some of it is not too great. But let's get started with the good stuff. Now, as they continue to say, they say we feel great about it all. Obviously, the experiences are a work in progress, and there will be a lot more content to come. So that's good news right there, as they're saying we can expect new content added into Red Dead Online, as they know it's not a complete product. But in terms of comparing where Grand Theft Auto Online was in terms of engagement at this stage of the game versus where Red Dead Online at this stage in the game, Red Dead Online has more engagement, is doing better, and has a lot more early traction, which we think is very encouraging. So basically what they're saying is Red Dead Online is at a way better start than Grand Theft Auto Online was when it first came out. And that's some good news if you think about it, guys, as Red Dead Online might be kind of empty and dead at the moment. If we look back at the start of Grand Theft Auto Online, it really wasn't much better, so we can still have faith that things will be turned around and more content will be added in the long run, and at the end of it all, we will be happy with what we receive. Now, unfortunately, for the time being, they're still going to prioritize Grand Theft Auto Online over Red Dead currently, simply because, well, in their words, it is the most important product in entertainment history, the highest grossing product in entertainment history, and overall, it's just phenomenal. Now, that's their words and their reasoning, which I can understand. Grand Theft Auto is, it's a standalone, it's solidified, it's going to be there, it's already put in place, and Red Dead Online is kind of up in the air if they can do it correctly. Now, that does not mean they're not going to be working on Red Dead Online, guys. Do not get that wrong. They're still going to be updating the game and pushing stuff out there, but not the type of stuff that we're going to be looking for anytime soon. So that brings up the question is, when can we expect some big updates for Red Dead Online? Well, I'm sad to say, guys, but we will not be seeing updates till Q1 of 2020. Now, that means pretty much January of 2020. So as we can see here, it's stated that Red Dead Online early days, which, pretty much the beginning of it, which is right now, is doing great. Our expectations for what will happen in 2020 are driven by enhanced content drops. We feel terrific about it. It is, however, early days still. Now, if we move on further, it says right here, even with this adjustment, we expect fiscal 2019 sales of Red Dead Redemption 2 to be significantly higher than our forecast prior to launch. Now, basically, that's not of importance to this update. They're pretty much adjusting their forecast because Red Dead Redemption 2 exceeded what they had expected. Now, if we keep looking, we expect new content releases for Red Dead Online to accelerate in the first quarter of fiscal 2020, and therefore we are shifting some of our net bookings expectations for that title into that period. And we have increased our marketing spend forecast for the fourth quarter, meaning they're going to do a lot of work for Red Dead Online in the fourth quarter of this year. So, yes, that's pretty sad news, guys, but I mean, we just got to take it for what it is at this point. We know that good stuff is going to come at that time. It's a very, very long time, and I have quite few concerns regarding that. So let me try to give you guys an example of what my concerns are. Let's say you guys are watching a television series. For example, let's say Vikings. You watch all the way up to the current season, and then you finish, and you have to wait for a new season. Months and months go on by, and the new season finally drops. Do you watch that new season right away, or are you kind of uninterested now? Because me personally, it doesn't happen with every series, but at times I'll watch a series, I'll be very into it, and then I'll get to the end and have to wait for a new season. I'm super hyped, and by the time that new season comes, I'm just like, yeah, it's, good show, but I just don't feel like watching it right now. I don't feel like getting back into it, and I'm afraid that could happen with Red Dead Online. Now, the way to fix that, I would think, is if they release some crazy stuff in the beginning of 2020. Now, don't get me wrong; they're still gonna release updates as we go, guys. But it's not gonna be anything crazy like we're hoping for. You could probably see new little game modes little tweaks and changes right here. Basically, what they want to do is perfect the game, get all the little tweaks and changes done with before they start adding in any real content, and once they have it down to a solid point where they're happy with it, that's when they're going to put in some real big stuff that is really going to blow people's minds away. So with that being said, as we can expect, Red Dead Online is going to be in beta for a long, long time. And when Rockstar was asked what is beta to Red Dead Online, they pretty much just said it's to focus on improvements, tweaking, and adjustments to the game to perfect it, which just backs up what I just told you guys recently. Now, on top of that, Rockstar also claims that once new content for Red Dead Online does arrive, there will be no cap on in-game spending for those that enjoy the game's experience and want to spend extra money on it, meaning there will be microtransactions. That's what that means in short. So you guys can expect to see more of that added in Red Dead Online, as it already is in there, but it's very small. You can just buy gold bars. But that's about the bulk of the information of this conference call regarding Red Dead Redemption 2. Of course, there's a lot more in there. There's a lot more small details and numbers and whatnot. But like I said, if you guys want to check out more of these details, I'll be sure to leave a link down below to the transcripts of this whole conference call. Now, again, it's like 20 pages long. So there is a lot there. So pick through it if you want to, if you guys are into that type of stuff. It has all the numbers, all the sales, the grossing, the revenue, their other games, pretty much the whole company in general for the third quarter. But that is about it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I gave you guys some good information. I didn't want to put in too many of the unnecessary stuff to confuse anybody, because it confuses me as well. I start seeing all these percentages, these numbers. I'm just like, yeah, okay, well, whatever this means. But drop a like on the video if you did. Comment down below, what do you think about this recent news? And subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all next time for a brand new Red Dead Online video. Peace.